So here we have the MSI GF66 Katana, and in this video I'm going to show you all about how it performs with games, since this is a gaming laptop. So let's get into it. So before I do anything, I'm going to specify its specifications. It has an Intel Core i5 processor. I did a Geekbench 5 test, and the single core score was about 1,300 and the multi-core was about 5,000. So it's an average CPU for a laptop like this, and it also has an NVIDIA RTX 3060 graphics card, which had a score of 90,000 on Geekbench 5, which is pretty good performance for this laptop. So I tested out 5 games, and all of the games were on the highest possible setting I was able to set for them. So firstly, I tested out Minecraft, and this was the least power hungry game. On 12 chunks, I was able to play an average FPS rate of 115, but it did fluctuate between 110 and 120. So for Minecraft, I also tested out 24 and 32 chunks, and for 24 chunks, it did drop down to an average FPS of 50, but it fluctuated between 45 and 60. But it was still pretty good performance. And then I tested out 32 chunks, and with 32 chunks I got a performance of around 30 FPS, but it did fluctuate between 30 and 50, but it was mostly 30 FPS. Now Minecraft ran pretty well, but I would definitely recommend playing on 12 chunks to get the best performance, or download Optifine. All of these results are without Optifine downloaded onto Minecraft, just to see the raw performance that you get out of Minecraft without any sort of optimization. Now after Minecraft, I tested out Subnautica, and on the maximum settings I was able to set, I got an FPS rate of around 60 to 70 to 80 FPS, but the average was around 70 FPS, which is pretty good performance from this laptop, and it was overall very enjoyable. I didn't notice any sort of lagging on the game. What I did notice is that once you unplug the laptop, you do get worse performance, but all in all, I had no issues with Subnautica on this laptop. And after that, I tested out Fortnite, and it just performed very, very well. So on the epic settings and high settings and the maximum settings I was able to set, I got around 60 to 70 FPS, and it was totally playable. I had no lagging issues. Maybe when it first loaded up the game, I did see some lagging, but other than that, I had no sort of issues or complaints with the game. What I did notice is that it had very similar performance to some of the other laptops in the same class. So its thermal performance is pretty good. It can maintain good performance for a longer time. Even after I tested games after Fortnite, it didn't have any drops in performance because of thermal throttling. So the cooling system in this laptop is top notch. After Fortnite, I looked at Grand Theft Auto 5, and what I noticed was that on maximum settings I was able to set, again, I put on all the maximum settings that I was able to set for this laptop. It performed very well. I had no complaints. It didn't have any frame drops, any sort of frame drops. And overall, it was just a good experience playing with the game. And even when I unplugged the laptop while I was playing, it did perform very similarly. So it didn't have any sort of major frame drops or worse performance. So for Grand Theft Auto 5, you can play without it being plugged in and still get very similar performance. Now after Grand Theft Auto 5, I checked out Forza Horizon 5. Now this is a pretty power hungry game, so you need a lot of power, the best video cards and everything, but it performed on the highest extreme settings that I set on. With everything I was able to set, it did perform very, very well. An average FPS of 45, which was achieved. It never dropped below 40. So I didn't notice any lagging when I was playing the game. I didn't notice any frame drops or sudden crashes or anything like that. Since this is a 3060 graphics card, it does not have a lot of like 12 gigabytes of video RAM, and since it only has like 6 gigabytes, it did indicate that it was running low on VRAM, which could be an issue for playing higher end titles like this one, but all in all, it did perform very well. So in conclusion, after checking out all of these games and testing them, I would definitely recommend you getting this laptop if you're looking to play higher end titles, since it definitely handles them very well. Even if it does not have 12 gigabytes of dedicated video RAM, it can still run the highest and most demanding games on the best settings with an FPS rate that is completely enjoyable. Now, if you're looking to play higher end titles without any issues, I would definitely recommend getting a higher spec model. For these high performing games, you need a lot of video memory, and this just does not offer that. So on Forza Horizon 5, I got this message where it said that it was running low on video memory, which you do have to keep in mind, and it does not drop the performance of the game, so it's still around that 40 to 50 FPS, but you'll have less visibility or just decreased performance in some areas. But all in all, I'm very satisfied with its gaming performance. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed and have a great day.